Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're about to tackle something really important. We're going to learn how to deal with the most hidden, yet incredibly common safety hazards lurking right inside our own homes. We spend so much time making our spaces look beautiful, but today we're going to learn how to make them functionally safe. Get ready because we're about to completely transform how you look at your living space. So, let me ask you a question to kick things off. Where do you think is the absolute most dangerous place for an aging adult? Now, your mind might instantly jump to, say, an icy sidewalk in the middle of winter or maybe a wet, slippery bathroom floor. But honestly, the truth is actually way closer to home. The most common place for an older adult to fall is literally right in their own cozy living room. It's not usually the dramatic hazards that get us, it's the small, everyday things we simply stop noticing. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our checklist for today. First, the Forensic Home Audit. Second, fixing floors and errant cords. Third, the toe kick furniture test. Fourth, securing slippery wood stairs. Fifth, curing light transition blindness. And finally, number 6, your 15-minute action plan. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the Forensic Home Audit. To really protect ourselves and our loved ones, we've got to completely shift our perspective. We have to stop seeing the living room as just a place of comfort and memories and start seeing it as, well, kind of a grid of potential microhazards. Take a look at this room with fresh eyes. Can you spot the hidden catch points before I point them out? At first glance, it looks totally normal, but look closer. You've got a loose throw rug acting basically like a banana peel, electrical cords snaking straight across the walking path, and clutter just waiting to snag a walker or a shuffling foot. These are exactly the subtle environmental flaws we're hunting for today. Moving right along to Section 2, fixing floors and errant cords. So let's look down at the floor. When it comes to a shuffling gait, where, the feet don't lift very high off the ground, throw rugs are the absolute #1 enemy. A rug without a solid anchor is just going to slip and slide all over the place. If you absolutely must keep a throw rug, you have to neutralize the hazard. Here are 4 exact, highly effective ways to lock it down to a hardwood floor. Step 1, and this is the gold standard, use a natural rubber pad. Unlike those plastic PVC pads, natural rubber grips the floor without ruining your expensive hardwood finish. Step 2, apply strips of silicone caulk to the back of the rug to create a nice rubbery grip. Step 3, use heavy-duty double-sided rug tape designed specifically for wood floors. Or Step 4, just use some Velcro straps to anchor those corners down tight. Now, check out these cords. Extension cords are a serious dual-threat microhazard. They aren't just tripwires that kind of blend into the background, they are massive fire risks, especially if you make the common mistake of running them under a rug. Trapped heat breaks down the insulation, and that can quickly lead to a really dangerous short circuit. Absolutely crucial to fix. So, the main takeaway here is this. The floor is for walking, not for wiring. We need to get every single cord off the floor. You can run them along the baseboards using super inexpensive clips. Now, if a cord absolutely has to cross a walkway, use a bright, heavy-duty beveled cord protector, but never, ever run them under rugs. Oh, and here's a great pro tip for you. Mount your power strips directly to the back of your furniture, like your TV stand or your nightstand. It keeps the whole shebang completely elevated and out of the way. All right, on to Section 3, the toe kick furniture test. Let's bring things up a level. We're moving from the floor up to waist height, and I want to give you a brilliant mental model for spotting danger in your furniture layouts. So try to mentally audit your own coffee table right now. Imagine walking your primary path from the sofa to the kitchen. Is there a low, protruding furniture leg that a shuffling foot might catch? See, we almost always arrange furniture for aesthetics, not for navigation. The toe kick test basically forces you to check the floor-level space of your furniture for these totally invisible catch points. And hey, if your furniture fails the test, don't worry. Here are some highly actionable fixes you can make literally right now. First, swap out those super low, hard-to-see coffee tables for slightly taller ones. Second, add soft, rounded corner guards at hip height to prevent a serious injury if someone does stumble. Third, get rid of any chairs with wheels from the living room. They have a nasty habit of rolling away right when someone leans on them for support. And finally, just make sure every single piece of seating in the room is rock solid and stable. Next up, Section 4, securing slippery wood stairs. So we are officially tackling the stairs. While tripping in the living room is bad, a single misstep on a wooden staircase can lead to absolute disaster. I mean, hardwood steps are gorgeous for sure, but they offer almost zero grip. And this brilliantly illustrates the problem with how we usually walk around our houses. Think about it. If you walk barefoot, it's freezing in the winter. The natural oils from your feet slowly make the wood slippery over time, and obviously there's zero cushion if you fall. But cotton socks? They're honestly even worse. Soft fabric on a glossy surface removes all friction. It literally turns your staircase into a sliding board. Both of these common habits fail completely on shiny hardwood. So how do we actually fix it? Well, relying on yourself or your guests to constantly put on special anti-slip grip socks is just a bad fix. Let's be real, it just doesn't happen in everyday life. And rough anti-slip tape? That ruins the look of your beautiful wood and really hurts bare feet. The best fix, hands down, is using individual stair treads designed specifically for wooden steps. They hold on tight without needing permanent, damaging glue, they give you some nice cushion, and as a massive bonus, they instantly stop your pets from skidding around and wearing down their joints out of fear. Now, check out this ideal setup. If you've got full carpet on your stairs, it absolutely must be firmly attached to every single step. No loose or torn edges whatsoever. Plus, sturdy handrails, those are completely non-negotiable. You need them on both sides of the staircase, and they have to run the entire length of the stairs to provide that continuous, reliable support. Moving overhead, here is Section 5, Curing Light Transition Blindness. Okay, so we've covered the floor, the furniture, and the stairs. Now let's look at our final category of hazards. And guys, this one is critical. As we age, our eyes simply take much longer to adjust to changes in light. Moving from a super brightly lit living room straight into a dark hallway can cause what we call light transition blindness. For several seconds, an older adult is functionally blind while their pupils slowly adapt. And I really need you to understand this point. Those few seconds of blindness are exactly when falls happen. That's when they miss a step, misjudge a doorway, or trip right over a shadow. But here's the good news. Curing this is an incredibly affordable, rapid fix. Seriously, just install some inexpensive motion sensor nightlights in your hallways so nobody ever has to fumble for a switch in the pitch dark. You can add subtle plug-in USB lights right in your recliners or remote controls. Upgrade your standard bulbs to warm, high CRI LEDs to completely eliminate harsh shadows without straining the eyes. And finally, swap out those old toggle switches for really easy-to-use glow-in-the-dark rocker switches. Uniform, accessible lighting honestly changes everything. And that brings us to our final part, Section 6, your 15-minute action plan. So we've audited the room, we've found the hazards, and we've laid out the fixes. You are now officially equipped with the knowledge of a true forensic safety auditor. But let's take a second to remember why we're actually doing this. I love how this quote beautifully puts it. Making changes in our home to prevent falls is good for us and for our granddaughter when she comes to visit. See, we neutralize these hazards not to make our homes look or feel like a clinical hospital ward, but to maintain our independence. We do it to live comfortably, without fear, and to safely and joyfully welcome our family into our space. So I'm going to leave you with a quick challenge. Take just 15 minutes today to walk through your own living room with the fresh eyes of an auditor. Try to look at it the way a brand new visitor would. What hidden hazard are you going to fix in your home today? Let's get those cords off the floor, secure those throw rugs, and turn on the lights. You've totally got this. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, stay safe out there.